common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Now we're going to a former Secret Service man. He was a special agent.
Yep, a senior Secret Service agent.
Secret Service agent, Donald Mihalek. And Donald, there was an incident today in Pittsburgh where they took 5 Secret Service people and they
put them on leave.
Suspend them.
Put them on leave. Put them on leave.
Are they going to try to take the entire burden and point the finger? Oh, it's those guys' fault. You tell us. You were there for over 20 years.
Thanks for having me back on, John and Rita. And the move today, I think, was a step in the Secret Service process of accountability and trying to develop accountability for what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. It would have been better, I think, if the service immediately in the aftermath of the event put everybody involved on administrative leave and then let the investigation progress from there. I think it would have answered the accountability question for members of Congress, from the public. I think it would have also given the service time to actually look at what happened in Butler without all the heat coming from Congress and the media and everywhere else about the mistakes that were made in Butler. They're still going through the Blue Ribbon Panel investigation with DHS. They're still going through the Secret Service Mission Assurance investigation. The FBI is still doing its attempted assassination investigation, and 2 different congressional committees are also doing their investigations. So it seems like the Secret Service is trying to start showing some level of accountability. Whether they have the right people or not remains to be seen as this investigation unfolds.
Donald, we have Congressman Michael Waltz on at 5:30, and he is very disturbed that the body was cremated. If it was an ordinary murder, I understand that, but this is the former president of the United States of America.
No, listen, I would tend to agree with the congressman. I don't understand how the assassin's body was cremated. I don't know how that process worked out there in Pennsylvania. I know typically in a situation like this, it goes to an autopsy, and the results of the autopsy are released. I would assume the FBI would have been involved with the autopsy results and the autopsy procedures. So I, like the rest of the public, don't understand what happened and how his body was cremated before the autopsy results were released and before there was time for the investigation to proceed to get answers about what was going on. I would like to know why that happened as well.
Donald, how do you say it? It smells.
It stinks.
Thank you.
Listen, like a lot of the issues that we've seen coming out of Butler, there seem to be failures on multiple levels across multiple agencies. And as this investigation or these investigations continue to evolve, it doesn't help when there's other perceived mistakes being made, and there's this lack of transparency at times. I honestly think the agencies involved would have been better off getting in front of the problem from the start, putting out factual information, and continually putting out factual information, updating the public and members of Congress regularly about what was going on. I know the Secret Service tried to do that once or twice now, but it's something I think that, when credibility is lost, it's hard to get back. And it's something that they should have done on July 13th and continued onward with.
I agree. And
we'll be on with the congressman if you're listening in at 5:34. And
keep us posted, too. Whatever you hear, John, too, please.
Yeah, it's troubling right now what's going on because the Secret Service, as you guys know, they're in the middle of the campaign. They just finished the DNC. Now it gets real, so to speak, right? From now till Election Day is when the campaign becomes super frenetic. The candidates are all over the place. They're in multiple stops, multiple venues. Large crowds are going to show up for these events. The public really gets interested. The microscope starts. We've got all these threats out there, both lone wolf threats, cyber threats, domestic threats. I saw threats today with drone threats. So we've got this tremendously dangerous environment that the Secret Service has to work in for this election, and they're trying to keep all these people safe with all this microscope now because of the Butler incident and the mishandling of it on many levels.
That's a great point. By the way, there are so many great men and women in the Secret Service and law enforcement, and they have their hands full. Absolutely. Don, thank you. Thank you so much. We love having you on, Don. Thank you.
Well, let's take